Group Miami. A proud corporate partner and official signage and graphics provider of the Miami Marlins, they bring brands to life. Call them today at 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to discover what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami. Signs, graphics, car wraps. They're your everything team.
Get to Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac for our 80th anniversary sale. 2026 optics, $329 a month at Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac. Approved credit Hurst Transportation Vehicle Sports.TS 115239, less than 5K miles, 24-month lease, $39.99 down, 0 security plus tax tag title fees.
Get anniversary savings at Edmore Sawgrass Chevrolet during Chevy Truck Month. 26 Silverados, supplier pricing, and no payments for 90 days. Chevy, together let's drive.
Approved credit interest accrues from date of purchase through preferred lender. Select models plus tax tag title fees. Dealer has details.
Marlins fans, get ready for more baseball action when the Fighting Fish face the Cincinnati Reds, April 6th through the 9th. Plus, enjoy Bark at the Park, sponsored by Tito's Homemade Vodka, 4 for $44. Presented by Pepsi. A ticket, food, and beverage deal for 4 and more. Get tickets now at marlins.com/tickets.
The Ritz-Carlton Key Biscayne, Miami invites you to discover a new era of coastal luxury following its $100 million transformation, where open-air design and sweeping ocean views create a seamless connection to the sea. Set across 17 acres of pristine beachfront, the resort blends island serenity with the dynamic rhythm of Miami. Experience the calm between the currents of city and sea, and reserve at ritzcarlton.com or call 1-800-542-8680.
At Loan Depot, we're big on home. Home games, home teams, home field advantage, and you better believe it, home runs. For us, home means everything, which is why we're offering more options that make buying your first home easier and more affordable. No matter where you are on your home ownership journey, round the corner to loandepot.com and let us help get you home. That's loandepot.com. We're on deck ready to hit it out of the home ownership park for you. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLC ID number 174475.
Everyone knows BrandSmart USA as the heavy hitters, like big screen TVs and appliances, but our lineup is way deeper than you think. We've got mattresses, furniture, and grills for the cookout, plus everything from fitness equipment, vacuums, AC units, the latest tech, and more to keep your home running like a pro. We make life easier with fast delivery, professional installation, haul away, and our own in-house repair centers. All at the lowest price with 0% interest financing and buy now, pay later options. BrandSmart USA, favorite brands, lowest prices guaranteed. South Florida's top choice for quality signs and graphics is Metro Group Miami. With Metro signs and Metro wraps, no job is too big or too small for the experts at Metro Group Miami. A proud corporate partner and official signage and graphics provider of the Miami Marlins, they bring brands to life. Call them today at 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to discover what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami. Signs, graphics, car wraps. They're your everything team.
Thanks for listening to Miami Marlins Baseball on the home of the Marlins, WQAM.
Marlins Baseball is brought to you by ADT, the official security partner of the Miami Marlins, and by Werner Hoffman, Greg and Garcia, official law firm of the Miami Marlins.
Time for the 10th inning show on the home of the Marlins, WQAM. Here's the radio voice of the Marlins, Jack McMullen.
The most well-rounded win of the year for the Miami Marlins, and I say of the year. We've played 5 games, but the Fish are 4-1 in those 5 games, and the White Sox are 1-4. Great win for the Marlins tonight at Lone Depot Park. It was 9-2, the final score. Again, 9 runs on 9 hits for the Marlins, 2 runs on 5 hits for the Chicago White Sox. Jack McMullen here guiding you through this 10th inning show. It was such a strong showing all around for the Marlins. The one hole you could poke, Jansen Junk might have had to throw a couple more pitches than you felt like he had to at points. 4 1/3 innings of 2-run ball for the starter, Jansen Junk, in his season debut. He fired 79 pitches and got it out in the 5th inning. But this offense, they looked like that Marlins offense, that incessant offense. The only spots in the lineup that did not collect base hits, Jacob Marcy in the leadoff spot, although he had an RBI today and hit the ball hard a couple of times. And then Graham Pauley, who laid down a safety squeeze and brought a run home. He got an RBI. So the 2 guys that were 0 for the night had RBIs. It's amazing how well-rounded it was. Xavier Edwards had a multi-hit day. Griffin Conine had a multi-hit day, including a 2-run homer in the 8th inning against Hicks and Paez. And then Ramirez, Hicks, Lopez, Casey, and Heriberto Hernandez all had knocks in this one. Liam Hicks is leading Major League Baseball. Again, tiny sample this year, 5 games, but he's leading Major League Baseball with 8 RBIs. He smoked a 2-run double down the right field line to get scoring for the Marlins going and tie this game at 2 in the bottom of the 4th. And Hicks, he was standing by with Steven Strom after the game.
4-1 start for the first time since 2014. What has stood out to you during this early stretch?
I think we're in every game, I mean, we're going to fight till the very end. Yesterday didn't start off great, but we kept fighting all the way through. And today, same thing, get down early and just keep fighting.
Does this year feel a little bit different from last year, or is it just too early to tell?
I think it's too early to tell. Definitely a lot of guys that have kind of been through a full season now and have an idea of how it goes, a lot of ups and downs. So just try and be the same person every day, and I think that's what the clubhouse is going to do.
We spoke earlier about your bat speed program. You're league leading, now 8th RBI. What has been most beneficial for you?
I think guys getting on base. That's helping me a lot. I mean, obviously when guys ahead of you are getting on base, you get those opportunities, and just try and keep it simple and swing fast and hit the ball hard.
You look like you were dead to rights on that tag up. Can you tell us how you go about making the decision on how to slide, where to slide?
Yeah, I mean, from third there, obviously trying to stay in the lane as much as possible, try and block the throw if that's possible. And then the slide there, sliding to home's tough. Just trying to get the hand in before he tags me. That's all you can do.
All right, last one, 7th inning. Who got more high fives in the dugout? Your pick from Paulie or Paulie's barehanded play?
I'm going to go Paulie. I think everyone loves Paulie.
Very good. Thanks for the time, Liam.
All right, thanks.
All right, Jack.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Liam Hicks. A couple of things there. Number one, everyone does love Graham Pauley. And number two, you know what? It really helps when guys are on base. Liam Hicks, 4 for 11 at the outset of this year. An OPS of 1429. That's on base percentage plus slugging percentage. He's slugging 1,000. 4 for 11 with a double and 2 homers. And again, a major league leading 8 RBIs. When we come back, we'll run you through how this game sounded. Highlights next on the 10th Inning Show on the Marlins Radio Network.
Upgrade your family vacation with an unforgettable escape to the Palm Beaches. From outdoor adventures and laid-back beaches to thrilling family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
Legal battles shouldn't be fought alone, especially when your health, finances, or family's future are on the line. I'm Adam Werner. At Werner, Hoff, and Greg and Garcia, we guide our neighbors across the Miami, Florida community through some of life's most difficult legal transitions, from injury cases to disability cases, bankruptcy, and more. Our team is committed to providing clear guidance, strong advocacy, and dependable support every step of the way. Let our family help lead the fight so you can focus on yours. Werner, Hoff, and Greg and Garcia, official law firm of the Miami Marlins.
Miccosukee Casino and Resort is your place in Miami to live it up and play on. Unleash the excitement of slots, high-stakes bingo, and 24/7 poker action. Indulge in exquisite dining at La Brisa and handcrafted cocktails at Tempt Lounge. Unwind in our elegant rooms and suites as you elevate your entertainment around the clock. And check out our new Little Trail Casino on I-75, exit 49. Rediscover Miccosukee Casino and Resort, voted best casino in Miami. Visit Miccosukee.com for more.
At Loan Depot, we're big on home. Home games, home teams, home field advantage, and you better believe it, home runs. For us, home means everything, which is why we're offering more options that make buying your first home easier and more affordable. No matter where you are on your home ownership journey, round the corner to LoanDepot.com and let us help get you home. That's LoanDepot.com. We're on deck ready to hit it out of the home ownership park for you. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLC ID number 174475.
This is Griffin Conan, and you're listening to the 10th Inning Show with Jack McMullen on the Marlins Radio Network.
Nice of Griff to bring us back here after an absolute rocket off his bat. A 2-run homer, his first homer of the year. That was the, I guess, dagger, although it kind of blew this game open, made it 9-2, which was our final score. The Marlins got the win over the Chicago White Sox. And again, the Fish, they set up a possible series win. They set up a rubber match with the White Sox tomorrow afternoon. It'll be Sandy Alcantara and Shane Smith. But let's keep talking about a Fish win. How did this one sound? Well, We will tell you that scoring got going in the top of the third inning because of a pair of RBI knocks. First, it was from a noted slugger on the other side. Power speed combo. That one shot up the gut. That is through for a base hit. Kara around third. He's going to come in to score. Luis Angel Acuna goes first to third. And Munetaka Murakami, it was not a home run, but he has his first non-homer RBI. It's a ground ball single up the middle, the third of the inning, and the White Sox open scoring. It's 1-0 in the top of the third. Hitter later, they doubled it up because of their big money DH, Andrew Benintendi. Next pitch, that one reached for and looped into right field. That's in for a base hit. Acuna comes in to score, and Murakami pushes to second. So it's 2-0 White Sox in the top of the third. That was it for the White Sox. Again, their only scoring came in the top of the third inning on those RBI knocks from Murakami and Benintendi. 4 spot for the Fish in the home fourth, and it started with our major league leader, Liam Hicks. 1-1 pitch. Hicks rips on the ground. It's a fair ball down the first base line. He's got a major league leading 8 RBIs. Edwards in from third, Augustine in from second, and Liam Hicks has a 2-run double. We're tied at 2 in the bottom of the fourth. Bat speed, baby. He's gotten bulkier. He's gotten stronger. He's swinging the bat quicker, and he's pulling the ball a heck of a lot more, and he's got 2 homers and a 2-run double at the outset of the year. A couple hitters later, Big Red, he got involved. 0-2. Casey takes upstairs, the sinker at 94.
And last year, it being a toy in spring training, guys were using it whenever they could, and even in this spring, they used it more knowing that this is going to be in baseball now. It's going to be during the regular season.
1-2. Casey loops into shallow center, falling quickly. That is in for a base hit. Hicks read it beautifully. He's getting the run around. Throw is up the third base line, and it kicks away from Carroll. Hicks comes in to score. Casey pushes to second, and it's an RBI knock for Big Red. Fish have a lead. It's 3-2 in the bottom of the fourth. So Owen Casey had himself an RBI knock, and Heriberto Hernandez a hit, single hitter later. He tied a ball on that 4-run fourth. A 1-1. That one ripped up the gut. That is throw for a base hit. They're waving Casey home. Acuna's throw is cut off. No, it's not. It got by Murakami, and Hernandez will push to second, take a huge turn there as Fetty picks it up along the backstop. Another knock. 4 across in the frame. This one from Heriberto Hernandez. It's 4-2 Marlins. So that was the 4 spot again in the bottom of the fourth inning that the Marlins played it to jump out to a 4-2 lead. A couple more runs came in a little bit later on for the Marlins, including a fascinating slide from our guy Liam Hicks on an Owen Casey sac fly. 2-0 pitch. Casey hits high in the air, out to left down the line. Long run for Austin Hayes. He's underneath to make the catch. Hicks is going to try it. Throw coming home is on line, and Hicks got a hand in. The throw beat Hicks to the plate, but Liam Hicks with a feet-first slide looks like he slapped the plate on his way by before the tag got him on the chest. It's a sacrifice fly for Owen Casey and a really nice slide for Liam. It's 7-2 in the home eighth. To tie a ball on the scoring in the bottom of the eighth. Griffin Conine got a 91-mile-an-hour fastball over the heart of the plate, and he did not miss it. 1-2. Conine drills a mile out to right. No doubt about it. Into the White Sox bullpen. He got 91 over the heart of the plate, and Griff did not miss a stitch of it. 107 off the bat. And the Fish have blown this thing open. It's 9-2 in the home eighth. That's how we ended because we went to the top of the ninth. It was a non-save situation for Pete Fairbanks. Doesn't matter. Guys shoves, and he closed this ball game out. 2-2 again. That one reached for, cut on and missed. Bleeds away from Augustine a little bit. He picks it up, fires to first. And that is how this ball game ends. Lower leverage. But same old dominant Pete Fairbanks. He strikes out the side in order, and he ties a bow on the most well-rounded of the 4 wins in 5 games to open up the Marlins season. Again, the first time since 2020 that the Fish open a year 4-1. It's a 9-2 win over the White Sox, and the Fish set up a rubber match tomorrow to try and win a a series. Again, heck of a win for your Fighting Fish. Let's hear from the skipper, Clayton McCullough, after this break. We'll step aside. 10th Inning Show continues next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Upgrade your family vacation with an unforgettable escape to the Palm Beaches. From outdoor adventures and laid-back beaches to thrilling family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
South Florida's top choice for quality signs and graphics is Metro Group Miami. With Metro signs and Metro wraps, no job is too big or too small for the experts at Metro Group Miami. A proud corporate partner and official signage and graphics provider of the Miami Marlins, they bring brands to life. Call them today at 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to discover what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami. Signs, graphics, car wraps. They're your everything team.
Get to Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac for our 80th anniversary sale. 2026 optics, $329 a month at Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac. Approved credit cards and transportation vehicles. Sports.TS 115239, less than 5K miles, 24 month lease, $39.99 down, 0 security plus tax tag title fees.
Get anniversary savings at Edmore Sawgrass Chevrolet during Chevy Truck Month. 26 Silverados, supplier pricing, and no payments for 90 days. Chevy, together let's drive.
Approved credit. Interest accrues from date of purchase through preferred lender. Select models plus tax tag title fees. Dealer has details.
Marlins fan, get ready for more baseball action when the Fighting Fish face the Cincinnati Reds, April 6th through the 9th. Plus, enjoy Bark at the Park, sponsored by Tito's Homemade Vodka, 4 for $44. Presented by Pepsi. A ticket, food, and beverage deal for 4 and more. Get tickets now at marlins.com/tickets.
Fish get a win, and such a well-rounded win at that. 9-2. They get the W over the Chicago White Sox. Surely a happy skipper. Let's hear from the winning manager, Clayton McCullough, after the game.
From your team today, we saw the small ball, we saw the big home run from Griff. Is this the type of team baseball that your team needs to play throughout the season to get wins?
I do believe so. I mean, having scoring can come in a lot of different fashions, and having multiple ways, either to add on runs. Graham with the safety squeeze there to add a run on late, left on left. Great job by him. And then Griff kind of exclamation point at the end with some slug. I think it was just all around like really good at we had really good at bats again. I feel like really through 5 games here, a group overall has had some really good at bats, and today it was nice to cash in with some runners on. Liam's probably that big hit early, the double down the line. Kind of really got us back into it. So I think all in all, we ran the bases very well tonight, I thought, and came up with some timely hits, but really just put together good at bats kind of from start to finish.
Your bullpen is the only bullpen in Major League Baseball right now that hasn't allowed a run, the 7th run. Well, I guess 2 with Sandy and the starters, but your team, I guess, pitchers, 7th run later have not allowed a run. Just kind of what does that say about the group that you have?
I mean, it was one of those coming into this year. We felt like we had an incredibly talented group in spring training. It was competitive, early to the end with which 8 were going to come here, and they've come out of the gates and really thrown the ball extremely well. And we've asked guys to do a number of different things. I mean, Anthony tonight going 1 2/3 was huge. Kind of pick up some in the middle innings there. So I think each guy that's been called upon in whatever capacity role that is, thus far they just answered the bell, and they've really filled the strike zone up. And again, when you have good stuff and you throw a ton of strikes, limit the free pass late in games, you have a chance to go on some runs like this.
Fairbanks coming in, is that just he was already warm and wanted to win the game, or what was the decision there?
It was, we had stressed some guys really the last few days, and we had a few guys that were on back-to-backs that we wanted to stay away from today. I think you kind of saw with Bender going multiple like that. Phillips had thrown a couple innings with 1 day off. So for me, it really kind of came down to it being a non-save situation, and really if it was if it saved 4 runs or it got to 6, it got to 7. That having Pete throw today and staying away from Phillips, he comes back tomorrow with much more length and just gives us some more options tomorrow by doing that. So, went that way with Pete.
So what did you see from Jones first start?
The overall junk was great. Like the velo he had on the fastball and his ability to like hold that velo really from, kind of pitch 1 to, roughly, pitch 80 or so, what he got to in the high 70s. And it was nice, with that type of velo and throwing some 2-seamers running in just keeps things open away for, his breaking stuff. And he threw some good change-ups. I think you just saw like the crispness with some of his sliders that he threw with the type of velocity he had. And big spot there in the third. They get a few ground ball hits. They get a couple runs, but for him to leave some guys out there, keep the game where it was a big part in that game. So I think it was, a really good start for Jansen, and like loved the way that his stuff, looked tonight.
Talked a bit about obviously Liam at the plate, just also his progression defensively at first, the play that Graham barehands and the pick from his. Yeah,
I mean, I'm glad you brought it. That's probably potentially lost in a game that ends up, being 9-2. But at that time, Graham barehanded play, kind of flat-footed to throw it across, and Acuna's a really good runner, and Liam on the back end of that with a really nice scoop. And I mean, how the game at that point maybe, flips a little bit and changes. It certainly makes it a lot more stressful in that moment. So, yeah, I mean, Liam has in so many areas just continued to get better. And I've seen like a really, credit to him and a lot of our staff. We're seeing on the offensive side him doing things with more regularity, the quality of contact, and he's gotten so much better deep behind the plate. And now, at first base, he's just, become more comfortable over there from the time last year into the beginning of this season.
Came hitless into the next game and he had pretty good at that. What did you see there, and just how nice to see him?
Yeah, he got some really good swings off tonight, and he even just missed one is first or second at bat, a fly out, and big hit up the middle. The last at bat, one he hit well to center field. So something you come out of, it's different. Last year you come up during the season, right? And you get into it, and you kind of get on a roll, and first time breaking and making an opening day roster. You want to get off to a great start. Maybe you compress a little bit, but I think it was just. So you got some at bats like, just go take a good at bat, right? And believe in you as a hitter, and just you get off some good swings. You start to feel like your timing is a little bit better there, and so I think he's trending. Looks like he's in a good spot. He still has had some good at bats. He's had some walks. He just hadn't had anything really to show for in the hit column.
Right, that was Clayton McCullough here after again a 9-2 win. For the Marlins over the White Sox, Jansen Junk, he made his season debut, and Junk was pretty solid. 4 1/3 of 2-run ball. He punched out 5 and walked 1. Let's hear from Jansen after his start.
Yeah, I was very pleased with, how I felt and what the, stuff showed. Just ran in a little trouble that one inning. Few ground balls through the infield, and we were able to bounce back. I think talking to Paddock after his start, he, selfishly came up to me and just kind of broke down what he thought and what he saw. And, I really appreciate that from him, just about his mentality and what went on in that one inning. And I kind of had that moment when, 2 guys get on, base hit, and you can kind of feel it going the other direction. I kind of reflected back on what he told me, and, just keep pitching with conviction. Don't let up. And, Moss coming out, that was a good mound visit. And then I was able to refocus and then get out of there with limited damage. And, unfortunately, personally, I would like to get through that 5th inning, but totally understand with the, pitch count stuff. But, I was just happy I was able to get first guy out, and then, bullpen Nardi coming in right after me, and, getting a big 0 after we put up some runs in that inning before. And then, Foch, Bender, Pete, all those guys, putting up zeros is, how we want to do it.
We also saw you talking to Paddock right after you came out of the game. What can you share from that conversation?
It was pretty much what I just told you. I just kind of told him, like, I really appreciate you for coming up to me and expressing, a lot. His line wasn't, the best, but like I thought he pitched really well, and he didn't have to go out of his way to talk to me in that moment, but he did, and I really appreciate that. And we just kind of talked about the game. We like as pitchers, I love talking about the game and just like the mental side. The most part, we're all capable pitchers in this league, but the little things that get you through that inning, the limiting damage. When the moments get tough, like how do you respond? That's kind of just, I kind of went up to him and was like, hey, like, thank you for sharing what you saw yesterday, how you felt, because a switch went off in my mind just to, not lose confidence, just keep going. Like, I felt like I was pitching well, a few ground balls up the middle, hit some holes, and it's just like you can get down on yourself really quick in that moment. But I was able, keep my head high and felt like my stuff was really good and just not give in and throw with conviction with every single pitch. And that's kind of the gist of it. No, honestly, I was going to go and try to put my hand in the glove and tag him, and I couldn't get my hand in the glove to like secure it. And it all happened so quick that I was like, all right, I'm just going to try to like run into it. Like, I didn't try to like give him like a disrespectful like nudge. I tried to just like kind of just like mush into him. But yeah, I mean, he was running full speed. I was running full speed, and it kind of looked like it was like a football play. But I probably had a little bit more time to toss it to Hicksy. But in that moment, I didn't know where the bag was. I felt like if I tried to reset myself, he would have been past me, and then it would have been a closer play. So I just went in. I was just like, all right, I'll just try to smush him with the glove. And
Smush indeed. Yeah, I think you could call that smush. Football, I'd say that was more hockey. Again, it looked like a defender trying to or a defenseman. I think that's the hockey terminology, trying to check a guy into the boards. But regardless, Jansen Junk, 4 1/3, a 2-run ball in a 9-2 win for the Fish. When we come back, we tie a bow on this thing, plus a shout from Steven Strom. That's coming up next on the 10th Inning Show on the Marlins Radio Network.
I'm Adam Werner. As the official law firm of the Miami Marlins, Werner, Hoffman, Greg, and Garcia fights for our clients the same way the Marlins fight on the field. Relentlessly and with a winning strategy. Our team represents clients in personal injury, workers' compensation, veterans disability, bankruptcy, and Social Security cases. From our home office in Miami, Florida, we provide powerhouse legal representation built on dedication, experience, and results. If you need a team that's ready to step up to the plate for you, visit WernerHoffman.com. Werner, Hoffman, and Greg and Garcia, proudly serving the 305 community.
Everyone knows BrandSmart USA as the heavy hitters, like big screen TVs and appliances, but our lineup is way deeper than you think. We've got mattresses, furniture, and grills for the cookout, plus everything from fitness equipment, vacuums, AC units, the latest tech, and more to keep your home running like a pro. We make life easier with fast delivery, professional installation, haul away, in our own in-house repair centers. All at the lowest price with 0% interest financing and buy now, pay later options. BrandSmart USA, favorite brands, lowest prices guaranteed.
Upgrade your family vacation with an unforgettable escape to the Palm Beaches. From outdoor adventures and laid-back beaches to thrilling family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
The Ritz-Carlton Key Biscayne, Miami invites you to discover a new era of coastal luxury following its $100 million transformation, where open-air design and sweeping ocean views create a seamless connection to the sea. Set across 17 acres of pristine beachfront, the resort blends island serenity with the dynamic rhythm of Miami. Experience the calm between the currents of city and sea, and reserve at ritzcarlton.com or call 1-800-542-8680.
First pitch coming up in moments. Steve's Guarantees coming up now.
I told you I was sniffing some runs here this morning. Griffin Conine, home run. Fetty against left last year, yesterday. Against left last year. 14 homers given up. I like Griff to connect on a home run today. Marcy, I'm going back.
Hey, Nux for that.
Thanks,
brother.
man.
Come on, man.
You know what? When you call a home run, you got to take a victory lap.
Of course.
You have to.
Of course.
You have to.
What was the other one? I mean, you had 5+ runs scored by the Fish today.
5+ runs. I thought that the offense would explode, and they did today, which was very encouraging. And then Marcy, good ABs from Marcy. I said 2 hits, but it was always Steve's guarantee. It wasn't T's with the, it's plural. It was a singular thing. But sometimes I feel confident, and the most important thing is we win.
But what does the stinger say? Doesn't it say Steve's guarantees?
I hope so.
I think it does. Because you've given us like 3 each day.
Yeah, but it's early. It's early in the season.
So like
I'm
in July, you're going to go to 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But listen, 2 out of 3 is not bad. And this was, I kept on saying it at the beginning of the 10th inning show, the most well-rounded performance.
Completely.
Very early, the most well-rounded performance of the year.
Yeah, and I thought Clayton McCullough pushed all the right buttons too. Maybe it was a little bit early for Junk, but I think he felt like, all right, you know what? We're in a good spot here. Our bullpen's in a good spot. I love the move to go to Nardi, and Nardi continues to show us that he is more than ready to fill a high leverage spot in that bullpen. You move to Bender and so on and so forth. I think Clayton McCullough really pushed the right buttons tonight. You come off a loss yesterday, your first one. You're always interested to see how the guys respond. Another thing I love tonight, like taking advantage of mistakes, the Acuna and Peters blunder in right field. Yeah. That was something the Marlins were so good at last year. When opponents gave them an extra out, they made them pay. So that kind of started the Augustine double. Did they give him a double, by the way?
Yeah, they did. Right, they stayed with that being a double.
Give him a double. Give him a double. Love that part of it. But, man, Liam Hicks, you talk about complete games, Jack. Oof. You get the double, his 8th RBI of the year, which leads all of Major League Baseball, the pick at first base, and then even the slide in the 8th. If you had to give out an award for, like, MVP of the game today, just as far as completeness, I would have to go with Liam Hicks.
Yeah, which is amazing because we're not talking about either of the 2 games that he hit a homer in, which is just really cool. But again, Liam Hicks continues to pull the baseball. That was a laser beam in the 8th inning from Griffin Conine. And this bullpen, man, they continue to just look absolutely locked in. Fairbanks, 7-run advantage be darned. Pete Fairbanks looks untouchable right now. And what, in addition to that bullpen, Pete Fairbanks is. So
4-1 for the first time since 2014. Life is good, Jack.
In a full season.
Season.
They started 4-1 in 2020, but they played 60 games. Like 2020 is so hard for me to wrap my brain around. My brain is not that large. So like 2020 is one of those that it just like kind of throws it in a pretzel, and I'd prefer to just put it away.
Let's just run. All right. 4-1 first time in a full season since 2014.
In a full season since 2014. That feels really good.
Really good.
And a chance to win back-to-back series at the outset of the season tomorrow, and you've got Sandy on the hill to do it. Sandy Alcantara, Shane Smith, battle of opening day starters, 1:10 first pitch. Steven Itzier with Marlins on deck at 12:30. Huge thank you to Vladimir Lusaint and Wendell Epps in studio. For Jeff Nelson, for Steven Strom, I'm Jack McMullen saying so long from Lone Depot Park. Again, final score, the Marlins get a win 9-2 over the Chicago White Sox. This has been a presentation of Miami Marlins baseball on the Marlins Radio Network.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast has been brought to you by Geico. Switch and save.